Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Jimmy Codger Racing. Well, here we are at round 6 of 10. It's absolutely flying by. I can't believe how quick it's going. But I'm enjoying every single minute of it. It's hotting up nicely. There's very, very little gap in the points table, as you'll see very shortly. But what you're looking on the screen at the moment is just a little advert. We're recruiting drivers, basically to take part in, well, obviously we've got the British Touring Car Championship or themed championship running at the moment, but we also run with various other people in the group. We've got Danny C, who always streams from his perspective live on the night as well, and he runs all sorts, Group 1, 2, 3, 4, go-karts as well he threw last week. We do road cars. We've got quite a few events coming up, as you've seen in the streams, and if you haven't, we've got a Porsche event coming up. We've also got a Radicals event coming up, so we run all sorts of classes here. So welcome along, everyone. This is going to be, yeah, this is I think the phrase "all hell breaks loose." Yeah, I think that'll be quite an apt phrase for tonight. So that, yeah, they're used to me chucking the weather, and tonight is no exception. Yeah, they know what's coming. But before we move on, so if you're a clean, respectful driver and you like friendly competition, drop us a message on the Facebook group, Jimmy Codger Racing, and one of the admin team will get back in touch with you. We, we, we pride ourselves on clean, fair and clean racing here, as you'll have seen in many of the streams where, I mean, just to recap, one example was LFC Ben the other week at Monza. Um, he went for a gap, and yeah, the gap was there, but then it sort of closed up, and he made contact with Danny. And what we expect here is to sort of slow down, give the place back in a fair and clean manner, and that's exactly what Ben did. And yeah, that's what we pride ourselves on here. So if that sounds like it's your cup of tea, please do get in touch via the Facebook group. The events are run predominantly, well, mainly via Discord. All the details will be made available to you. And yeah, that's about it for that. So more the merrier. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly pull up the driver of the day and the overtake of the week award. All the write-ups are on Instagram and on the Facebook page. So Drewbit won the driver of the day last week. It was his debut performance. He'd never raced in, well, he'd raced in a season previously, but he'd been sort of below the radar, and he stepped up very kindly at the last minute and decided he would run for Team BMW in place of Tyler, who had some family commitments to deal with. And what a performance! Absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I've known him for years anyway, and he's always been a fast pair of hands. So, yeah, there's no other person I'd rather have in the car. And yeah, he didn't let me down at all. And what an evening he had. Yeah, absolutely thoroughly deserved Driver of the Day award. So go and check out the write-ups and show. Yeah, just check out those. And the overtake of the week. Yeah, you don't want to miss that one. That was an absolute belter from Shadow. Just to give you a quick rundown, it was at Canada, and it all started at the last hairpin before you enter the main back straight. And Shadow got the switch back. Sorry, Danny got the switch back, which put him on the inside line, and he held the inside line until the last chicane, and they were side by side. Danny just slightly overcooked the chicane, and then Shadow returned the favour and got the switch back, and basically nailed the throttle, held on, and took the win. It was a joy to watch and commentate on, and thoroughly deserved win for you, Shadow. So we're expecting more of the same. So go and check out the write-ups there. We'll just quickly move on to the points. And as you can see, the gap has stayed the same. Well, it's 9 points between Danny C and Shadow, with Ben making a steady comeback. He's been having some good results. So they're your top three at the moment. In the supers, Danny is leading it, also by 9 points. If I got my maths correctly there. But Danny's leading the supers, Shadow's leading the tokers, and Haydo is still leading the independent class. And the manufacturers haven't changed, other than the fact that Chevy have leapfrogged Vauxhall now, after a great run last week by Shadow, scoring some brilliant points. And so that puts Chevy in second place. And Vauxhall have now slipped to third. So, and the Toka versus Super Battle, there's only 2 points in it now. It's getting very, very close. And it just goes, it's testament to the quality of drivers we've got here. So, yeah, hold on to your drinks. This is going to be another brilliant round. Yeah, it's High Speed Ring tonight, which is another new circuit to Jimmy Codger Racing. Amazingly, after 5 seasons, we haven't used this. It's been it's a similar track to Daytona in the fact that it's got the banking and the high speed sections. The only difference is you can have rain here. And they know what happens when I know that you can have rain at a track. So without any further jabbering from me, let's cut live to the circuit now. We can watch the cars going round, getting some practice in, and just getting a feel of the car and see how it's going. So right, we'll cut live now there, and we've got Danny C on track at the moment, out in Van Muller's Audi. He's always run the Audi, as Danny. Every season he's been in, he's basically adopted this car, mainly because he drives an Audi in real life, so he's got a soft spot for Audi. So 116.4. So yeah, I think I managed a 118 something. So yeah, they're always quicker. I'm the other captain, slow. It's going to catch up a little bit with the chats when we've got Danny on screen. Do some more people in the chat. We've got Shadow says he's coming, don't worry. And Drew's wishing everybody good luck. And Danny says good luck all for tonight. Mentioning Danny while he's on the track. Don't forget, he is streaming this live from his perspective. So if you want to check out Danny's huffing and puffing as he's wringing the neck of this Audi, stroke Lexus, before anybody comments. Yeah, feel free to visit Danny's channel, which is It's Danny C. That's ITZ Danny C on YouTube. And drop him a like and a subscribe and all the rest of it. And leave some comments on there. All the feedback's great. So if you want to ask Danny some questions, he won't. Well, I say he won't, but I'll be surprised if Danny replies during the race. But yeah, you know what these drivers are like. Yeah, I've seen them before, messaging while they're racing. But yeah, I need to concentrate 100% when I'm racing. There's no way I can message. So we'll just work our way down the grid. We've got a return. Marty is returning tonight. Marty was originally running Paul Radisic's Mondeo, which is now being run, forget me, I've had a load of changes. Drew's running that tonight. Well, he'll be running it for the rest of the season, because Marty's got quite a few events coming up, and he's very gracefully decided that it's better to give his seat to someone that can do most of the rounds, which I think is very, very gentlemanly of him. So tonight he's stepping in for Matthias in the Toka category in Dan Eves' Honda Integra from back in the day. So yeah, we know Marty. I think Marty's only come tonight because it's raining, because we know he likes the wet conditions, being Scottish. They're used to it. I bet he doesn't know what this. I bet he's never seen this much sunshine before. Go well out there tonight, Marty. Have a great race. So we'll just quickly jump to. Oh, I was going to jump to Audio Muted, who's out in Rob Huff's Seat. Another quick driver. He's won 2 Overtake of the Week awards, so we know what he's all about. So what I'm going to do, they've had approaching 10 minutes quali at the moment. Well, sorry, 10 minutes practice. That's what they get. They get 10 minutes practice, 10 minutes qualifying. Then it's a straight sprint race. So all tyres are available tonight, with it being declared a wet race. It's dry at the moment, but anything can happen tonight. So they should be prepared for anything. So normally they'll be using the racing softs because it's the quicker tyre. But they're approaching the 10-minute mark, so I'm going to just get their usual message. See if I can get this coming up. Oops, I need to. Don't know what happened then. I got some circle coming up on the screen. I don't know what that was all about. Nope, it's not working tonight. I don't know why. Oh, qualifying starting soon. Well, I can take away the first word. So they're just approaching the 10-minute mark. So we'll go through the grid when they're starting the qualifying. But there's the man himself, Shadow, who got the overtake of the week, and he's, yep, means business to Shadow. There's not a lot in it now, so I'm just going to get the qualifying underway. So that's the 10 minutes practice they've had. So it's looking a little bit cloudy here. So we've got all 50. Yes, we've got everybody in the lobby. Great stuff. Cavanchi's made it. He had a blackout about an hour and a half ago, he was telling me. So, right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get the qualifying underway for round 6 of my British Touring Car themed championship here live on YouTube with me, Jimmy Codger. Let's get it going. Right, this is qualifying, ladies and gentlemen. Yep, so they get 10 minutes quali. See who's got some information on the screen. Danny is, oh yeah, he's uncharacteristically, he's first out the blocks. He normally waits. Yeah, he normally waits for a bit of a clear gap. So here we've got. We'll just go through the cars now. We'll go ones that we didn't see before. We'll go to Skins, who's running Andrew Jordan's Vauxhall Vectra from back in the day. Love this livery. Absolutely, yeah, really standout livery. Enjoyed making this one. It took me about 2 to 3 hours per car, so you can imagine how much work's gone into these. But I love doing them. And we'll quickly go to another one that was a favourite of mine, and this is a good friend of mine. Well, they're all good friends, I shouldn't be saying that. Here's Butler in Colin Turkington's BMW from back in the day. eBay sponsored. Apparently he's been setting up a stall and selling some parts off. Although Tyler decided to take some last week. Nicked a box from Butler's garage. They were labelled Turkington, and he claimed he didn't know what that meant. So that's Tyler man that we'll be seeing very shortly, who's in the other car for BMW. And this is the man here, running Rob Collard's Airwaves sponsored BMW 320i. So I don't know whether he's paid a visit to Turkington's garage this week, or Butler's garage, should we say. But look at this now. There's going to be some slipstream. There's going to be, yeah, there's some really high-speed sections here. Obviously, as in the name. You've got to watch this corner here. You can run wide and get very close to the wall, as we see Shadow's got close there. Just remember, guys, this is not a race. This is quali, so leave space. Don't be racing each other during quali, because all that does is ruin your lap and the other guy's lap. So find a clean space on the track. If it means backing off, you've got 10 minutes. It's a 1 minute 20 lap or thereabouts, so you've got plenty of time. So we'll just go and pay a quick visit to, let's go see David, who's running Charlie Cox's Mondeo from in the independent class. So yeah, this is another favourite livery of mine. This is I had to make all the decals from scratch, pretty much. Had to use some creativity, but it was worth doing. I did get to a stage where I thought, oh, how many more decals do I have to make? But I'd got to the point of no return where I thought, nah, I'm not giving up. I'm not a quitter. And I'm so glad I carried on with it. And it's one of Adam's favourites, alongside the Nissan Primera, which we will get to very shortly. We've seen audio muted, so let's go and pay a visit to good friend Hado, who's in Matt Neal's 99 Primera. Famous livery, You couldn't have a touring car themed event without this livery and this name being in the championship. And he's had some great results as Haydo, as he's just trying to find his way now and create a bit of a gap and get some clean air and go again. So we see Skins has topped the leaderboards at the moment with a 1:16.0. That's crazy. So Haydo, you need to get off the racing line. You cannot be driving at that speed on the racing line. Otherwise, there's all hell going to break loose in more ways than one. So maybe he's just trying to find some clean air. So he's staying off the racing line at least. I hope he's not run out of fuel. So we'll pay a quick visit to Givenchy and just see how he's getting on. He's out in Gordon Shedden's. Oh, it's all getting a bit close here, guys. Just leave space. This is not a race. I'm going to have to leave him there. I'm going to have to put a message. Yeah, I don't like seeing this because all that happens is all you end up doing is hindering your lap and someone else's lap. So at the moment, Skins is still topping the leaderboard. It's not been beaten yet. That's impressive. Danny C is only 200 behind him. So we'll just see what Danny C is up to now. Can he improve? They've got still got 4 minutes left or 5 minutes left of this quali. So that's a seriously impressive lap. I'm not sure if that involved slipstream or not. But another guy to watch out for during qualifying is this guy, LFC Ben. Very, very quick pair of hands. He's running Giovanardi's Vauxhall Astra with the Team VXR Racing. Another standout livery. It's a very colourful grid this year. So as Haydo, we see Haydo's improved. That's moved Haydo up a position. So at the moment, Skins is sat in the pits, maybe having a cup of tea, thinking that's enough. But I wouldn't say so with these, especially with the slipstream being involved. So Butler's improved to a 1:16.7. I would suggest Danny C, as we see, has just pipped Skins with a 1:15. That's the first driver in the 1:15s. So they are able to alter the downforce this season. It's run under BOP, but I've allowed them to adjust downforce during quali and during the race. Well, every session really. So it sort of reflects the real life where they can have a qualifying setup for pure pace, which they might not want in the race. Vice versa. They might want a high downforce for grip in the race and chance it in the quali, but they're free to adjust it. So we'll just pay a quick visit to my mate here, Linebus, who mentioned in Primera before. This is the the Super Touring Primera of Keith O'Dore. Another absolutely brilliant livery. I initially thought this was a bit plain, but then it grew on me. Really is a standout livery. So we see Butler's improved. Ben hasn't managed to get close. He's got within half a tenth of Skins, but Skins is still sat in the pits. He's second place at the moment. Audio Muted's climbing up the leaderboard. So Ekberg's improved. We also see Givenchy's improved. There's a lot of improvements going in. They've still got 2 minutes left. So I'm just going to pay a quick visit to Shadow, who is a second off the pace. Now that's So this could indicate the sort of setup everybody's got now, how brave they've been with the downforce. Unless Shadow's just got caught in traffic, but we'll just stay on board with Shadow for a minute. Yeah, he's found himself, he's a tenth down, just under 2/10 down at the moment. So this corner here, you've got to keep it tight, keep it over to the right-hand side, sort of late apex it, because if you don't, you find yourself drifting really close to the barrier on the right-hand side there. And the timing line is a really bad spot on this track, because that's the penalty line. And yeah, you've just started to build up the speed, and he just kills your speed in the middle of the tunnel. So I'm hoping everybody gets over to the right-hand side and gets off the racing line, otherwise we could end up with a pile-up in the tunnel, which we don't want to see. So can he improve? He has improved, but he just cannot break that 117 barrier, can Shadow. So I'm just going to see who's in 4th place at the moment. That's Marty in the Toka category. So we'll just come back out of this. So he's had a bit of a mixed bag of laps. He's done a 116.5, which has got him in the 4th position. Line Bus is right on his tail. So he's gone quicker, 116.3, but there's only a 10th between himself and Line Bus. Butler is still there in 6th place. This will be their final lap, as it indicates on the screen here. So Danny at the moment hasn't improved. Ben has parked the car. So can we see Marty jump LFC Ben? Let's just stay on board with Marty. He's 2/10 down at the moment. Let's just quickly pay a visit to Line Bus. He's just finished his lap, so he's not going to, they're not going to improve. So what a result for Skins. That is absolutely incredible. I'm suspecting, I see Shadow improve at the death there, but has it? It's not moved him up a position. He's still in 9th. But what a lap from Skins. That's nuts. So yeah, so he's a lead independent by a long way. So yeah, he'll be starting on the front row. And what we have here, ladies and gentlemen, is a sprint race. For those of you tuning in who've never seen this before, well, first of all, thank you ever so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoy what you're going to witness tonight. The format for the evening is a 20-minute sprint race with a grid start with a false start check and a straight out sprint on racing soft tyres. But that could change tonight, I'm not saying anything. And then that is followed by a 40-minute feature race with tyre wear, fuel use. So there'll be all sorts of strategies at play. And there's no mandatory tyre this evening. Normally when it's a dry race, they have to use the soft in the feature race at some point. But when it's a wet race, it's a free tyre choice. So let's just quickly get the results up on the screen. So there you see, there's Danny C taking pole position with a 1:15.9. The only driver to get in the 15s. What a lap from Danny C. Skins, absolutely incredible. Second place in Andrew Jordan's Vauxhall Vectra. LFC Ben taking 3rd spot in Giovanardi's Vauxhall. Marty on his return, claiming 4th spot for Team Honda. And then we've got Line Bus, always a quick pair of hands. Yeah, and he's taken 5th spot, just ahead of Butler for Team BMW. And David in Charlie Cox's Mondeo grabbing 7th spot, just ahead, only 2/10 between himself and Audio Muted, who we know is a quick driver. So Shadow, very uncharacteristically in 9th place. And he's got it all to do from there. And Haydo takes 10th, followed by Drew, who's running now. He's taken over the seat for Team Ford in the Super Touring. So another good result for Drew on his 2nd outing. Ekberg, I believe, is suffering with flu or some sort of ailment, so he's not at full strength. But still a good position for Ekberg there in 12th, and Givenchy in 13th, with Tyler rounding out the grid in 14th place. So the only car we're missing tonight is, unfortunately, we're missing Team Peugeot. So they are your results, ladies and gentlemen. So, right. Are we ready for race 1? This could be an absolute... Well, I know it's going to be... It's always a good race. They've got such a good class of driver here. All very talented. So, without any further jabbering from me, let's just get the message out. Let's have a clean race. And here we go for race 1 of round 6 at High Speed Ring with me, Jimmy Codger. So, without any further jabbering, let's go. I'll do my best to keep up with the action, but let's just have a quick look at the chat now. So, Shadow was saying he got no toe. Oh, have I missed something with... Oh, wait a minute. Oh, Wi-Fi went... Oh, right, okay. Well, I do apologise to Tyler. Oh, we've got a false start from Skins. That's not good. He's made a complete balls of that. Oh, I missed that with Tyler. Yeah, I was reading results out. I didn't spot that he'd lost his Wi-Fi, but he was still in the room. That's why. Yeah, do apologise, but all is not lost. Plenty of battles to have, but meanwhile, LFC Ben has got a rocket start and done Danny before they've even gone round T1, as Linebus has made up a few positions here. We've got Marty has also made up 2 positions from 4th place. He's now in 3rd, but he's been attacked. He's been attacked by Linebus. So let's just see what view he's got now. So this is the view Marty's got. Linebus climbing all over the back of him. We've seen Linebus making contact with the wall there, but it doesn't seem to have slowed him up, as Linebus has gone down the inside here. Managed to get that move done. That's a great pass from Linebus to bring himself up into 3rd place. But Marty's there, making contact with the wall. We won't see any liveries on the right-hand side at this rate. But Shadow has managed to bring up a couple of positions here. As we see Hado looking down the inside here. This is going to be, it's 3 abreast or more. Look at this now, this is very tight. Keep it clean. Butler's getting in the slipstream. He's lining up Hado, but he's getting a toe. But Skins is right on the back of Butler, really hassling him here. But this is really, really hotting up. Just got to remember, keep it clean. As we see Danny going defensive. Let's just keep an eye on that now. So Danny's going defensive here. He's managed to get the move done back on LFC Ben. But can he hold it? We've got Ben with the hazard lights on. I'm not sure what's going on there. Doesn't seem to be ghosted, but I don't know why he's got his hazard lights on. He needs to turn those off, which I think he has done. So let's just go on board with Linebus now. He's found himself up in 3rd place. Yeah, he's managed to drop the pack and create a 1.1 second gap now between himself there. So these 3 have managed to sort of bolt away from the pack, as we see Marty now, Linebus giving Ben a bit of a nudge, trying if they can open the gap. They're using the slipstream here, but they don't want to start fighting. But Linebus has managed, he's done the dummy on them. He's going to try and go for a move down the inside. Can he get it done? But no, LFC Ben covered that, he saw that coming. So you've just got to get around this set of S's now, this chicane here before the tunnel. So let's just go on board with Danny C, and let's just see how he takes it. got to stay out wide. Take this as a bit of a late apex. You just got to be careful when you get back on the throttle. Don't want to be running too wide. But he's staying on the inside line here, as we see him going purple, so he could get the fastest lap, which his line bus has got at the moment with a 1:15.5, so that's a good 4/10 quicker than Danny's pole lap. So as we see, LFC Ben is having a really good look at Danny here. Is he going to give him a bump? He is. Trying to get himself away from line bus, but let's come out of this view now and just catch up with this. We've lost a driver. I'm not sure who we've lost. Looks like we've lost Tyler, and I'm not sure why. Unless his Wi-Fi's gone out again. Yeah, not too sure what's happened there. But yeah, I don't think Skins will be too happy. It's second place on the grid in quali. And yeah, I think he let go of the brake a little bit early. He got a false start. But Skins has got his hazard lights on as well, which need to be turned off, and that will be confusing other drivers. So he's having a good battle here with Ekberg, who's running Rickard Rydell's Volvo. He's going for a bit. He's going to get the move down on the inside there, but Ekberg has made a real big contact with the wall. Let's just see if I can get. Let's see if I can get a replay of that. You've got to be careful coming through here. Let's just see. Ekberg just runs slightly wide, goes a little bit too high on the banking, manages, yeah, just gives the wall a little bit of a touch there. But Line Bus has taken the lead, and Marty is in second place with Danny in third and Ben in fourth. Look at this for a slipstream train. So we've got audio muted getting right on the back of LFC Ben here, but Line Bus, can he hold it? But Marty's he's having a look. Marty's having a look down the inside there. That's not a great place to do it. But Danny has sniffed an opportunity there, and he's gone down the inside of the pair of them and got himself back up into second place. That's a great move from Danny. Let's just see if I can get hold of that. Great opportunistic move from Danny. He saw all this developing and thought, you know what? I'm going to make the most of this, go right down the inside of the pair of them. Took two positions in one corner. That's an overtake of the week candidate there for you, ladies and gentlemen. What a move from Danny C. But Line Bus, meanwhile, he's managing to hold the lead, but Danny is not having any of this. He's pushing him all the way down the straight. But look at that for a view, ladies and gentlemen. Them all steaming down the main straight. We've got four abreast here. It's like the red arrows. I don't know which way to look. I'm just going to go on board with audio muted and see what he can see. He's got Haydo and LFC Ben. They're having a proper battle here. But this is the banking where you've got to be careful. If you go too high, you make contact with the barrier. But that's Haydo has managed to carry the speed. Now he's going to have a look down the inside. I'm not too happy about this wall riding, to be honest. Line Bus at the moment, let's just see what the gap is at the top. Nothing, literally 2/10. But Haydo has managed to find himself up in third place. But if I'm going to watch very closely now, for whoever's listening to the stream, any more contact with that barrier, with the green banking, wall penalties will be turned on for the feature. You don't use the barrier as wall riding. I thought more of you than that. And it's not accidental. So yeah, I'll be putting a message up. I'm not having that anymore. That's not how you race. So look at this here. Oh, as Haydo gets it a little bit loose there. But he's managed to find himself up in second place. But Danny, he's only got a half a second gap at the top. But Haydo's really put in some fast laps. We've seen Haydo there, who's done a 1:15, 1:15.5, but LFC Ben has just thrown it right round the outside. Let's see if I can get that position. Let's see if I can get that from LFC Ben. So we see where that came from. So we got the position there, but this has gone back too far. Look at that for a view. Absolute slipstream train. Danny he's only got half a second gap, but if these work together and they can close the gap between, as we see it closing there, look at the overspeed Ben's got here. Haydo and Ben are working together. That's giving, he's just basically catapulted Ben into the lead. So you've got to be careful now, but this is going to swap. This is going to be a bit like the new F1 with the lead changing. So, yeah, I think they've listened. So, yeah, thank you very much. But Haydo there, he's not happy with this. He was helping Ben earlier, but round the outside there, that is optimistic. But Danny C is, yeah, he'll be like a little Jack Russell here. He won't be happy that he got outdone on the straight now, so he's got it all to do again. But let's just go back down the grid to Marty, who was up in second place at one point, right in the top group, but he's got audio muted, a good friend of his from CC Sim Racing in front of him, so they're used to, in fact we've got Butler behind those two, so yeah, this could develop into fireworks. Got someone in the ring that shouldn't be, but they won't be able to join the race, but never mind. But look at this, oh, it's definitely looking misty. It was a bit brighter earlier on, but look at this for a slipstream train here. Let's just go back down to the back of the grid. Oh, and we've got Kivanchi, sorry, I get that wrong. He's in Gordon Shedden's Seat. But this is another example here. We have drivers of all abilities. He's one of the quick drivers, but he's had an incident. And what you see here, very, very rarely see anybody just park it up. They'll stay on the track right to the bitter end. Great to see Kivanchi, and let's just see where Drew in Mondeo, he's still having a good battle with Ekberg. So this is lap 9, so Haydo has now found himself in the lead with audio muted in second place and Danny in third, followed by Marty and Butler. So Butler's made up a few positions here. But can Haydo, look at this, I'm just going to go on board with audio muted. For the full touring car view, they're working together. Is he going to go for the move? Is he going to get the overspeed? He's going off the inside. He's managed to get it done, but they're side by side here. But Danny's watching this very closely. Spread out here a little bit. Audio muted has lost out from that massively. Not sure how he managed to lose out that much. But Haydo's in the lead now with Marty back up to second spot. A load of tyre smoke there. I'm not sure what happened. Look at this, 4 abreast into this left-hander here going through the tunnel. So Haydo's managing to keep the lead, but Butler has now managed to find himself in second place, and he is hunting down Haydo. But it's certainly, the light has certainly gone here at High Speed Ring. Excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, having a little sip of my drink. Yeah, even the headlights are coming on now. Look at that slipstream behind them there. We've got Linebus, LFC Ben, Marty, and Shadow is in 8th place. He's trying to get back. He's desperate. He's in a bit of no man's land. He's not had a great result. Can't get my words out. He's not had a great race this time out. So Butler, I missed that. This lead is chopping and changing look at this. So you've got 3 abreast going around this corner. If you don't get that line right, Yeah, it's very easy to lose positions, but Butler has found himself out in front at the moment with just over a half-second gap. It's a very close group here, but you see Marty has been down in 5th, he's been in 3rd, he's been in 2nd. Audio Muted has done the same, but it just shows that this track, this layout, lends itself, all depends on how you take the line. If you get it slightly wrong, you can lose a handful of positions because it's like a load of slipstream, so you're not just letting one car go past, you're vulnerable to about 4 or 5. So, I do apologise, we've just got to just catch up a little bit of the chat. Tylerman, not happy, we could have restarted and manually set. Interesting to see what happens with the last lap. Is the toe strong enough to come off the corner? Yeah, Clayjack's, good spot by Clayjack's. Oh, there's a load of tyre smoke there. I'm just going to go back on audio muted and see what happened there. That was it a close rubbing here? I just saw a massive cloud of smoke. It was just touching there. I'm not sure what happened. But the timer's counting down now. We've got 5 minutes left. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, Tyler. You were still on the screen. It was showing all the drivers were on the grid. You must have been out and briefly for seconds. I didn't see you weren't on the grid. I do apologise. I can't have my eyes in every spot. But this is certainly looking. This is definitely closing. It's getting really misty now. But you will be joining the feature, Tyler. But just make sure. Have you reset your router? Just make sure that's reset. But look at this. I don't know where to look. I'm just going to go on board with Danny C. And see what he can see here. He's coming up to this fast left-hander. He's managed to get the overrun here. He's managed to get past Haydo. Linebus has gone from the lead, but Butler has managed. See, Linebus was in the lead at one point. He's now in 7th place, so he's obviously had a bit of an incident. So let's just see what lead Butler has got at the top, but he's been hunted by Marty. The wipers have come on. Well, now so let's see who decides to come in. So this is going to be whoever stays out. This could be, yeah, I don't know whether it only looks like a shower at the moment, but I'm not sure. Let's just go back out with Marty and let's just see what he's audio muted. Let's just go on board with audio muted. It's more than a shower, that. There's still 3 minutes left, so that's just about 2.5 laps, but they're, yeah, they might be regretting not pitting here, but this is caused, yeah, that's caused an incident with, so this is lack of grip has caused this, has caused a spin. I don't know when he put, classic touring car move. But I think whoever came in the pits, let's just see now, they're struggling now. But audio muted has got front and rear damage, so Shadow GT has not, he's managed to spin in the pit, in the tunnel there, but will they box for the last lap? But LFC Ben has boxed. He's decided to come in. Will they follow suit? He's got a 14-second gap. So let's see what Ben goes on. Yeah, that looks really heavy rain here. They have. They've all boxed, so they're still... But the others, I don't believe... I think Audio Muted has still stayed out on the softs. That's nuts. That's crazy. Danny C, I believe, has come in. Yeah, he's on the full wet, so not everybody is pitted. So we see Skins coming in now, but LFC Ben is on the same tyre as Danny. So these two now should be able to make use of these tyres. We know Butler's pitted, so Butler's on the full wet tyre. So he's got a 2.2 second gap to Danny C. And Line Bus we know has also pitted. So he's gone for the intermediates, which is an interesting choice, but he's got an 11-second gap. Now, yeah, Audio Muted's still on the slicks, so I've got a feeling this should be pretty easy to catch. Can he do it with 1 lap to go? Depending on where Audio Muted is on the track. Is he gonna... Let's just see where... Will Audio Muted keep his 4th place? Will he get across the line with another lap to go? If he does, then he's going to be vulnerable. He's finding it hard to maintain. I think he's actually going to do it. I don't think he's going to get another lap. But meanwhile, the top 3, let's just see where Shadow finishes in 6th place. Marty in 7th. So let's see what's happening at the top with his LFC Ben, Danny and Butler. How far is Butler off? 1.6. He's on the wets. They're all on the wet tyres. So can Butler close the gap? Let's just see who actually... Yeah, all the field pitted. Yeah, I'm going to have a... right. What a finish to the race, says Clay Jacks. That, I think you'd be proud of that one, Clay Jacks. But the final laps here as Danny C takes the win here for the sprint race, followed by LFC Ben and Butler in 3rd place. Right. It's going to I'm not going to take a picture with my camera this time, with my phone. So let me just save the replay. I'm just going to get the results. I'm just going to get a quick screenshot of that. Make sure it's taken. So we've got Danny C taking the win here at High Speed Ring for the sprint race, followed by LFC Ben in 2nd place. Excuse me, just going to have a drink. With Butler in 3rd place. And a very dubious place for Audio Muted, not pitting. He was very lucky. He stayed on slicks, but that was, well, it caused a lot of accidents. We've got Line Bus in 5th place, Shadow in 6th, Marty in 7th, Drew in 8th place. That's a good result for Drew on his 2nd outing. We've got David in Charlie Cox's Mondeo in 9th, Hado in 10th after having led the race for a fair portion of that race, and Skins in 11th place after qualifying 2nd. And Kivanchi managing to battle it out, stay out there, and finishing in 12th place with Ekberg rounding out the grid. So let's just make sure that, yeah, I've got those 2 pictures. Right, so what happens now, ladies and gentlemen, I open the feature race lobby, and everybody enters, and then I will leave you for about 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes, with a short advert, short trailer, while I'm busy setting the grid for the feature. How this works is it's a reverse grid for the feature from the finishing positions of the sprint. Now, I'm hoping Tyler is in the room for the feature. He is. Tyler, enter the lobby, please, mate. I can't set the grid if you don't enter the lobby. I have to get a message to him. Right, so just make sure I've got the replay. Right, so now, I nearly started qualifying. Right, I'm going to load settings. Right, so feature race. Here we go. So this is a 40-minute feature race. I set the grid, obviously. So there we are, ladies and gentlemen. That's what they've all been waiting for. There's no mandatory tyre this week because it's a wet race. There's your fuel and your tyre figures. They start on 80 litres of fuel as a default, and then they'll be on a full tank for after the second pit stop. Oh, sorry, when they pit for the first time, it'll be then a full tank. So, yeah, all tyres are available. There's no mandatory tyre. So it's just, you've got your free tyre choice. So I am going to open the room. Hopefully everybody enters, and then I will depart and leave you in peace for just over 3 minutes. Just make sure they all enter before we depart. Right. Right, just make sure everybody gets in. Danny C has left the room. What's going on here? We're having a few issues tonight. So just going to have to hang fires for Danny C. Not sure what's happening. Is there any messages in? Can someone get a message to Danny? GG to everyone from Zoomity Zoo. That's Hado, I think. So we've got done a NASCAR move at the end. One moment, game crashed. Yeah, okay, well, I will just leave you. I'll just put the... Right, we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And we're back. Right, everybody is in and entered. So while I set the grid, I'll just leave you with a short trailer, and I will see you in about just over 3 minutes' time. So go and get yourself a cup of tea, do what you need to do, and come back and join it. You won't want to miss the feature. It's going to be a belter. See you soon. thank you for being so patient, ladies and gentlemen. We've managed to set the grid now. We had a couple of technical difficulties. We're just watching them here. We're getting to the end of their practice time for 10 minutes. As we can see, the weather has really closed in now. That's continued from the sprint race. The clouds have really closed in, so it's really testing conditions here. So we're just going to go on board with Marty and just look at what they're dealing with. Look how much water's standing on the track here, thankfully. Yeah, I think the wet tyres are the only sensible choice at the moment, but we're still managing to do what times I was doing in the dry, in the wet, which is a bit embarrassing. I'm not got to laugh at yourself, haven't you? I can't believe the speed of these guys sometimes. So this is the reverse layout this time. So yeah, so it's basically the same layout, but just in same track, but just in reverse. So yeah, just have to adjust that. They've had 10 minutes now, so I'm going to get the message put up on the screen now. And I don't think I need to put this one up, but I'm going to put this message up. Just for a bit of comedy value, to be honest. I don't think they'll be choosing anything other than the wets. So, yeah. So the tyre wear I've left deliberately a little bit low. Because you're not going to get much tyre wear when it's a wet track. But hopefully we've got everybody in the room now. So we've got some on intermediates, we've got some on the wets. So choose the starting tyres. So people are choosing the starting tyres now. So right, is everybody's ready? So just going to put oh, hang on, I'll put this message up. All over the place tonight. So right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is the feature race for round 6 here with me, Jimmy Codger. Jimmy Codger Racing, live on YouTube. So get your drinks ready, get your snacks. Yeah, you're going to enjoy this one. This has got everything. So without any further jabbering from me, let's get this race going. This is going to be a rolling start. So yeah, hopefully we won't have anybody doing pirouettes on the start finish straight. So that's it from me. I'm going to sit back, enjoy this, and I'll try my best to keep up with all the action. But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, for the feature race of round 6. Let's get it going. Yeah, quick drink. So we've got Tyler in pole. After I made a balls up. I didn't see, I didn't realise he'd come out the lobby, but I'm sure he won't mind finishing there. So Tyler has started on the wets. I'm presuming everybody will have started on the wets. So hopefully now this will give a bit more room coming into T1. Only got to remember it's the reverse layout. For those of you not familiar with the wet races, what you're seeing on the left-hand corner of the screen, just to the right of the timing clock, you'll see a vertical bar. Now, when that turns into a brighter blue, that signifies that the water level is a depth gauge. So there's a lot of standing water, and it signifies that you need to be on the wet tyres. Below that line, if it's not turning blue, you can just about get away with the intermediates. However, everybody is through cleanly. We've still got a full grid, so just getting to grips with it. So Tyler, unfortunately, has not had much practice. However, just want to go back to the bottom of the grid. So there's been an incident with audio muted. I'm not sure what happened there. Let's just see if we can get that with audio muted. So I'm not sure exactly what happened. Oh, he's lost it coming out of the corner. Wow, maybe took the curb a little bit too much, and yeah, that's he's got front and rear damage, but he's on the wet tyres, so that's it's a recovery drive for audio muted now. That's unfortunate for audio, but he'll pick himself up. He'll crack on. He's got 6 seconds to his good mate Butler ahead. Ignore this. Ignore the fuel. It will come into a point at some point in the race, but it's a glitch that for some reason appears during the feature race. I'm not sure why. But just going to go to Butler and Danny C. Look at this here, side by side. Yeah, so this is the only dry part of the track through the tunnel, so they get a bit of a respite. Then it's back to it. So we're just going to go on board with Butler. He's right in the thick of it here. He's got Shadow, Team Chevy, having a good look there, giving him a wave. He's managed to get the move done. He's managed to get the move done on Shadow, but Shadow is not giving up without a fight. So he knows he's coming up to a fast banking section now. It's all about holding your nerve. Let me just come out of this now. But look at this, the spray that's being kicked up now. This is torrential rain. Yeah, the wipers have just gone up a notch. They're on full speed now. But Tyler's managed to hold the lead at the top. But David, let's just see what this group at the top here. He's managed to get a good start. So Tyler's also on the wets. I can't see any. Oh, David's on the intermediates now. That's a brave choice for these conditions. See what Clayjacks thinks of. What would Clayjacks run in these conditions? We've got Ekberg saying fever is kicking in. Not feeling great. I'll do my best. Ekberg, if it gets too much, mate, I don't mind you parking it in the pits. If you're that under the weather, don't feel. Yeah, for those circumstances, I've got no problem with it. I appreciate all your efforts, your support. Ekberg is our resident photographer, so all these lovely, really cinematic shots that you see when I put shots up from the previous races, these are all done by, there's a number of drivers. Danny C is one of them. Ekberg is the lead contributor. He always has done. I don't ask him to. He's a gentleman. But Ekberg, if you're listening, don't continue on if you're feeling that under the weather, mate. If you're able to, cool, but don't feel under any pressure to. But Tyler has lost the lead to David in Charlie Cox's Mondeo at the moment, with Skins right on his tail. So let's just see what. This is the weather they've got to deal with. As we can see, the gauge is right into the blue there. No, they're giving each other a bump here, trying to extend the lead, but yeah, you don't want to overspeed into this corner here. You've got a fast right-hander now, and then you've got a left-hander, and it goes into the tunnel. Followed by a sharp braking zone right. As soon as it rain kicks in again, you're on the brakes, literally just past the 50 board here. You've just got to keep it tidy here, and you've just got to not drift out. You just keep it there. Get to the inside. This is a good move. This is wet tyres with more grip. Just got to be careful on the exit. As we see there, that's what can happen. That's so unfortunate for Skins. I was just about to say, commentators curse, that if you don't keep it tight on the exit, then you can drift out wide, and that barrier looms, as we see here. And it's just caught him out. That's unfortunate for Skins. He's going to lose a hell of a load of positions there. That's put him right at the back of the grid from second place. But Linebus from near the back of the grid has now found himself all the fast. So now we've got Danny C, LFC Ben. So let's just go into with Danny C. Sorry, you're going to go to Hado, who's right at the back of Danny C. Let's just go on to Danny C, who's hunting down LFC Ben, who came second in the last race. This is your first and second positions, and first and second in the Drivers' Championship at the moment. So we see Danny is on the intermediates, which is, well, I'd say brave. it's doable, but it's dicey. But he's got the drive here. Can he make a move? Ben will have the better grip with the wet tyres. As Danny's suffering with a lot of understeer there. Don't make the same mistake. He's out on the marbles. You don't want to go too wide here, as we saw before. Ben clips the barrier. So that's... And we see Butler there. I just managed to see Butler. So let's just go back to Butler and see what happened with him. So I've just caught Butler in the mirrors. So come out of here, come out of this view. Has Butler fallen foul? Oh, he touched the back of a car. That was Marty. Can't park there, sir. He'll hate me for that. Absolutely hate me for that. But this rain is not letting up at all. But we see David coming in off the intermediates. Now he's coming in for fuel. Will he change tyres? Because the tyres aren't really worn. Is this just going to be a fuel stop? Yeah, it's just a fuel stop. He's not changing the tyres. That's what I've left the fuel. I've left the tyre wear low for that reason. So he's refueled now a full tank on his existing tyres. Now is Butler going to do the same? Butler's not changed it. He's still staying with the intermediates. So these have now gone for the undercuts. So yeah, these are in a better position, as we'll see. Let's just see what the... Yeah, so line bus, I'm expecting the top. He's gone for the undercut now, and he's on the quicker tyre. So, I mean, line bus will be coming in this lap. Oh, as he gets it really close to the wall there on the exit. That is... Yeah, it's close. So I'm expecting a flurry of pit stops now. We've got line bus Marty Givenchy in third place on the wet tyres, hunting down Marty. So this is when the low fuel does kick in. So I'm expecting, yes, as we see them all filing into the pits now. Don't fall foul of the pit lane. So we got Tyler in from fourth place. Shadow has stayed out. He's done well with his fuel. He's on the intermediate tyres. Danny's also stayed out. These have all been very good with the fuel. So yeah, we had if we could get a repeat of last week with Danny C and Shadow. What a race that was last week at Canada. It was a shame that there had to be a loser, to be honest. Not a loser, but second place, you know what I mean? I'm sure there was handshakes all around afterwards in the chat in Discord. It was lovely to see. And they give as good as they get, these pair. LFC Benz, they're all the same. They're very gracious and they're very respectful, and that counts. That goes towards the camaraderie that we get in the Discord, and high-fiving each other virtually. You know what I mean. And it's great to see. So the rain is still pounding down. We're just coming up to 10 minutes into this race. We're just approaching quarter distance. So let's just go back to 14th place, which was, sorry, 13th, which was Butler. We know he's fueled, and he stayed on the intermediates. Now Givenchy, these are on the same lap. So see Danny C now coming in from a live third place. Now let's just see now, we know David was the first to pit. Now let's just keep an eye on David and see where he is on track. So he's got one right-hander to go, so we've got audio muted. Let's see now, so we've got David, he's jumped these in the pits, so that's put David into fifth place. We know he's pitted. He's got 3/4 of a tank of fuel, he's on the intermediates. Now we're expecting audio muted has been exceptionally good. We know he's good at this. He's brilliant on his fuel, and he's managed to do it about, well, he'll be doing another 2 laps further than anybody else. So we've seen this in the past from audio muted. So I would say he's good for another, he'd probably get another lap out of this. Now will he gain anything, because he's definitely fuel saving? But what we've got to watch now is the gap is 4 seconds. Well, just under 5 seconds. We see him there coming into shot. So will Audio Muted pit this lap? But Drew is just ahead of him. Drew will be pitting. So I've got a feeling we're going to see Drew and Audio Muted. That's LFC Ben has also come in from second place. He's done really well on his fuel. Will Ben stay on the intermediates that they're not showing anywhere at the moment? No, he's staying on the inters. So he's just doing the same as everybody else. So let's see where Ben emerges now. How close is he going to be to Danny C? He's going to come out. Just will Danny get the position? He has. Danny's just flown around the outside of him, and Tyler's made the most of that as well. Tyler has managed to put himself up into 6th place. That's great driving from Tyler. He'll be loving this. Let's just go on board with Tyler. Let's see what... he's definitely got working wipers, so maybe he's pinched them from Butler's garage. So we've got Tyler on the wets here with a good level of fuel. So just managed to keep it tight here, Tyler. Avoid that barrier. Oh, as he just gets it a little bit loose on the exit. But he'll be loving this. So so this is his view here. He's got Team Vauxhall. Having to go around the outside. That's a brave move from Ben. Now we know Ben's on the inters. That's the slightly quicker tyres. We see Marty come in from the lead of the race. He's got a 17-second gap at the moment. He is changing tyres. Now, is he going to... That looks like... I never get this right. As Drew's come in behind him. But is he going to switch to the inters? Audio Muted is also in. This is promoted. Tyler keeps his 5th place now. So let's just see what he's come out. He's swapped onto the intermediates. As we see... I was going to say it's not drying out, is it? I thought it was. I thought there was a slight dry... It's not. It's just less wet. So, David, at the moment, is leading the race in Charlie Cox's Ford Mondeo. Closely followed by Danny C. Now, David was one of the first to pit. So he's got just under half a tank of fuel. So he's on the intermediates. He's got hardly any tyre wear. But we can hear the rain. Let's just see what... Well, the wipers have actually gone off now, so it is starting to dry out slightly. But if you look at this now, look at this banking. You've got to be careful. It's like threading the needle here. You've got to be ever so careful. So now this is where once the track starts drying out now, this is where the tyre wear will come into play. So there's still plenty of standing water as we see Danny there maximising the life of his tyres. That's using all the wet patches on the track here just to keep his tyres cool. But I can still hear the rain, but the wipers aren't going. But look at the spray coming up from this. Let me just go back down to Shadow GT, who's also on the intermediates now. Most of the runners now have swapped to the intermediates now. The heavy rain seems to have subsided. So he's got... oh, this would be great for Tyler. Tyler will be... Yeah. The car behind him is his favourite driver and favourite car. So, yeah, I don't know whether Tyler will want to see this just to see it go past, or he'll try and want to keep it behind him. But Shadow's bumping Tyler all the way down the straight. He's giving him a helping hand here. This is BMW versus Chevy, but Tyler's doing ever so well here in 6th place. But Shadow goes for the move down the inside. Tyler stays on the outside. Yeah. He'll be saying, come back here, I want that car. As we see them both Are they coming in? I thought they were coming in the pits. LFC Ben is in the pits from 7th place. So he is changing tyres now. He's coming off the intermediates. Now that would say he's gone back onto the intermediates. He's come. Oh my word! He's come out on the softs. Oh, I think that's a bit of a brave. Oh, he's managed to negotiate the pit exit, but it's certainly the fuel. Oh, the tyre gauge there, the water depth gauge that I was referring to earlier, ladies and gentlemen, on your left-hand side of your screen. Yeah, that would. It's borderline. When it gets to this level here, it's just on the cusp of needing wet tyres now. Yeah, Ben's got to keep off the wet patches here, as we see the others are trying desperately to keep the tyres cool by using the water. That's a brave shout. I don't think I've seen anybody else. And let's see David now. His fuel level heat. We see David come into the pits here. Let's just see what David will do. We know he hasn't changed tyres yet. He doesn't have to use. There's no mandatory tyre this week. With it being a wet race, it's a free tyre choice. So will he choose to? Will he follow suit with LFC Ben? Will he also go on the softs? Or does he think it's still too wet? Tyler has also come in. So he's changing tyres also. There's plenty of fuel on board. And that's it, he's out of the pits. So Tyler's chose to come out on the mediums. No pit lane penalties. So Marty's tyres now are really showing. This is where the intermediates now. They were the better tyre when it starts drying out, but now the tyre wear will be coming into play as we see. Is Danny C and Line Bus coming in? They're desperately trying to keep the tyres cool. But they've got pretty good tyre life on their intermediates. We know Line Bus is good on his tyre and fuel. Yeah, Danny's got slightly more fuel. So they keep doing this to me, ladies and gentlemen. Every single time I keep thinking they're coming into the pits and they do it, they dive out the last second. So Marty is coming in from 4th place. Off a set of really worn intermediates. He's still got half a tank of fuel. We are at the 20-minute stage, which is the halfway stage. So will he just top up the fuel? Let's just see what Marty chooses to go on. We know he's good in the wet. Butler has also come in. So Butler's topping up his fuel now. So that's let's just see where he's going to rejoin. He's got Haydo and Tyler in a furious battle there in 9th and 8th. Butler's chose to stay out on the intermediates, even though they're slightly worn. Yeah, look at this, he's keeping the tyres cool now. So Shadow GT having a bit of a better run. I say that. I'm expecting Shadow to come in now. Those tyres are not going to last much longer. As we see a bit of blue sky creeping in there. Very rare sight for here. Will we see Shadow? Oh, that was close for Shadow. That was close on a pit lane penalty. I'm not sure if he's going to fall foul of that. He was left a bit late to come in. What happens is if they cross the yellow lines on the entry, they get, and on the exit, they get a 3-second penalty, which is not great. It's a real race killer. Look at there. We see the blue sky coming in now. So he's going to top up his fuel. So we're a little bit of sunshine. He's also chose to go on the racing mediums, but still spray coming up. He's got to be careful now. He's got to rejoin, stay away from the yellow lines. As we see a fast charging Haydo and Tyler. So Haydo has managed to get past Tyler. Let's just go back to the top and just to see what the gap is. It's literally a half-second gap. So these pair are on intermediates. So these won't be able to go for much more than 1 or 2 laps, so they've got to time it right. So what's the gap to LFC Ben? They've got a 13-second cushion. Now we know Ben is on the softs, but the wear on his softs, is he going to have to come in? We could see all 3 come in at the same time. Ben for a used set of softs. So we see that line bus has now decided to come in before Danny and decided to bail and make the change now. He's on a really worn set of intermediates. So let's just see what he decides to do. There's more blue sky now. But there's still a lot of standing water. The sun is starting to make an appearance. But let's just see what he chooses to do. So that's a full tank of fuel. Yeah, he's going to come out and got Shadow and Hado here. Oh, has he just crossed the line by mistake? Is that going to result in a penalty? Oh, and he's stayed out on the intermediates. But we know Shadow is on a set of slicks. So in theory, he's got the quicker tyre with a more grip. 3 abreast into this. Oh, let's see who's going to come out on top. Shadow has managed to come out on top of that. Let me just get a replay of that. That was a great move from Shadow. Very opportunistic. So we see 3 wide coming into here. He's held his line. Managed to hold it. Make use of those slick tyres. Meanwhile, I'm just going to quickly, as we see Danny C coming in from the lead of the race. Now let's see where LFC Ben is. LFC Ben has followed him in. I thought this might be the case. I didn't think his tyres were going to last too much longer. So let's just see where Marty is on track. He's coming through. He's going to jump the pair of them now. So that's going to put Marty in provisional first place with a set of medium tyres. So let's just see what Danny and LFC Ben come out on. They're fully fueled. So Danny's come out on the mediums. Ben is on another set of softs. So let's just go back down to the bottom of the grid and let's just catch in with Tyler. With Ekberg and audio muted. So we've got Ekberg on a set of racing mediums, full tank of fuel, just chilling out. What a legend for staying out. So unfortunately he's getting the blue flags. So yeah, it's not Ekberg. Full respect for staying out, mate. Unfortunately he's getting the blue flags now, which means he's got to give way to the faster cars. But full respect off me for staying out when it's not great when you're full of a cold. And yeah, you'd have thought the Swedes would be used to the cold, wouldn't you? But obviously not. But it's go well, Ekberg, enjoy it, mate. So we'll just quickly check in with Kibanchi, who's in 12th place in Gordon Shedden's Seat. So he's got basically he's on rims on his front left tyre. That's not going to hold out for much longer. I'm expecting to see a dive into the pits from Kivanchi here as I see, Butler is also following suit. The Kivanchi is staying out. Well, I didn't think Kivanchi would stay out, but Butler is on a set of intermediates. Still trying to find these wet patches of the track. Not much of it left now. It's still starting to dry out now, but he's still managing to find this. He's got to do this to keep his tyres cool. He's playing a long game, is Butler. But Butler is normally the first to go onto a set of slicks. So I presume I don't know if he's got his weather radar in action. We can't see that on the screen, ladies and gentlemen. Where you're seeing the track map on the right hand side at the bottom in the corner, in the driver's cockpit, we have a weather radar. We can zoom in and out and we can see the weather systems coming in. and how close they are, and it's basically when it gets within the crosshairs or within very close to the crosshairs, that's when it's about to hit. So we're seeing Hado coming in from a 3rd place. Off a set of mediums, that will be for fuel, but that's promoting David into 1st place. Now Line Bus is still out on the intermediates. So let's just go back down to the grid and see if we can get, this is a battle here. We've got LFC Ben hunting down, we've got this, look, I'm going to stay on this battle for a minute. We've got LFC Ben, Marty and Danny C for a line, all fighting for 5th place. Danny's trying to hold on to this. So we've got Ekberg, who's not actually in the fight, but he's part of the group here. He's got LFC Ben making a move there on Marty. Let's just see if we can get that. Oh, he didn't. No, he kept his position. My mistake. I thought it was an overtake, so we'll come back out of that. But he's going for a move on Danny C down the outside, which is going to give him the inside here. Side by side, great respect show. Can LFC Ben pull this off? We've got a right-hander that goes into a left-hander and then into the tunnel. That was a great move from LFC Ben on the soft tyre, which is the quicker tyre. But we've got David in from the lead of the race, which promotes Shadow. So I'm just going to stay on this battle with Danny C at the moment, as he's lining up LFC Ben for a return move. Danny's on the mediums with a good level of fuel. And we're just approaching the 30-minute mark, which is 3/4 of the race distance. He's got Tyler ahead in 4th place, in a live 4th place. That's, yeah. Tyler will be very mindful of who's got behind him. So Tyler's having a fantastic race here. So Danny C is going purple at the moment. LFC Ben has currently got the fastest lap of a 119.830. So Tyler is in 5th place. That's a great result for Tyler. As Danny C is going round the sweeping around the outside of LFC Ben. And Marty's also getting in on the action here. But you can still see some spray firing up here, as we see Tyler and Line Bus dive into the pits at the same time here. So let's just check in with Tyler, who's in 6th place. Now he's going to top up his fuel. He doesn't need a full tank. So there's 10 minutes left of this race. So he's overfueled there, and that's cost him some time there. Didn't really need a full tank. He's come out on a new set of racing mediums. So let's just see what Butler is up to in the pits. Butler has come out on a set of intermediates with a full tank of fuel. He's also overfueled. I say overfueled, I'm not sure how many laps they're getting. Maybe it's not overfueled. But he's got to be careful now. It's, as you see the water level there, he's trying to keep his, yeah, he's making use of this, but it's not actually, is it me or has it started? Let's just go on board with Butler. No, there's no, yeah, he's going to have less grip at the moment, so he's in 11th place. So let's just see what how Shadow's getting on at the top. So Shadow is also on a set of mediums. There's a yellow flag ahead. Now that's an incident, so I'm not sure what's caused that. So let's just check if someone's had an incident. Is that Ekberg? No. So Givenchy, I'm assuming, can't be. Yeah, well, he's got front end damage, so I presume it was Givenchy. So he must have had to see if I can get it. I'm not sure if can get that. No, he's already got the damage. But I can hear rain in my headphones, but it's not actually, it doesn't look like it's actually raining. So how many laps is Shadow going to get out of these tyres now? These will be these are at the point now of dropping off a cliff. He's not going to have much life left in these tyres now, and it's, yeah, he's got to be careful. So just checking with Danny C and where he's up to. So he's also on a set of racing mediums. As we see Drew from 4th place coming into the pits for, he's with Team Ford in Paul Radisic's Ford Mondeo from back in the day. One of my, yeah, I mean, I love all these liveries, but yeah, this one really stands out. And yeah, it's blue and white. Drew's Scottish, so he should be happy with the livery. I'm not sure he'll be too happy with the red, but I'm sure he's enjoying himself. As we see LFC Ben coming in from 9th place. So Drew's gone into a set of intermediates. Now then, the track is looking, it is looking a lot wetter. But I can't see that there's nothing, that the only water gauge that's showing now is when they go onto the wet patches. But they've got to be careful. So Shadow, I'm assuming, he's gonna be boxing now. So he's got a 6-second gap over Danny C. But let's just see. Danny C is also coming into the pits. He's decided he must be looking at the weather radar. It does look dodgy out there. So let's just see where David is on track now. So he's entering the final few corners. But he's 19 seconds behind these two that are in the pits. Now the wipers have come on again. There's another... Now the rain has kicked in. So this time I think Audio Muted is definitely going to pit. He's not going to stay out on racing mediums. Let's see how many... Right, so let's just see what Shadow has come back out on. He's come out on the intermediates. So Hado in 2nd place is still on the racing mediums. Now they're going to have to pit. There's no way he can stay out racing mediums. So this is going to leave invulnerable, but he's purple at the moment. Can he get the fastest lap? But we can see a fast charging Danny C behind him. Danny has come out on the wet tyres. So I'm not sure the blue flags are for. Is that for Hado? I'm not too sure, but I've got a feeling Hado is going to have to box. Now we got a shot there of the rain. How heavy it was coming. Look at that! It's blowing across the track. Let's just see if we can go on board. There's no way he can stay out on these. Not even Hado. So Hado's going to have to box, which promotes Shadow into the lead of the race. Now he's on a set of intermediate tyres, and he's got an 8-second gap. Is that 8? No, sorry, 5.5-second gap over Danny C, who's also... Danny C is on the wet tyre. Shadow is good for fuel. Can Shadow maintain this? He's pulled off this strategy to perfection. We're approaching 35 minutes. We've got 5 minutes left, or 4... As you can see on the screen there, 4.5 minutes. So I would say that is about 3 laps. Can Danny C, who's on... Shadow's on the quicker tyre on the intermediates, but can he make the most of these tyres, and can he hold off a fast charging Danny C for 4 laps? But Line Bus... Let's just check in with Line Bus. That's unfortunate. Line Bus is going to have to serve a penalty, which is going to give Marty the place. But Line Bus is on a warm set of intermediates. He's got plenty of fuel, so Line Bus will be serving his penalty now, which gives Marty the position. So Marty is on intermediates, and I tell you what, this has been a fantastic race tonight. There's not been many fantastic overtakes. We've had a few, but if you chuck a comment in the chat. We've had a. Unfortunately, we've had a retirement due to someone else feeling a bit under the weather. He's had to go back to the pits. That's LFC Ben. That's unfortunate for Ben. So, just want to focus. It's going to go back down. Let's just go back down to the bottom of the grid. So there's got Ekberg. So we've got Tyler in 10th place at the moment. So he is in a point scoring position. He just double check now where he is. So he's on a set of intermediates with a half a tank of fuel. He's good. He's got his indicator going. I don't know where he. BMW don't have indicators, do they? This is hilarious. I don't know why he's indicating. We'll be getting some furious BMW owners kicking off in the chat here. So let's just see. He's second. Let's just see who's in 5th place at the moment. So we've got, he is the 3rd place independent at the moment, is Tyler. So he's 10th overall and 3rd in the independents. David is leading the race for the independents at the moment. He's the lead independent in 6th place. In Charlie Cox's Mondeo. He's on a set of intermediates now. The weather, if you look at the tyre gauge at the bottom, the water depth gauge, it's just creeping into the blue. That would signify it's wet weather tyres. But there's 2 minutes left of this race. They're going to stick it out now. So I just want to quickly go back to the top to Shadow now. Danny C with the wet tyres has clawed 3 seconds back. We are going to have a battle on our hands for the finish. Can Danny C? Can he claw Shadow in? Shadow will be doing everything he can to keep Danny at bay. We know how quick both of these are. They've both got equal fuel. But Danny's got slightly less fuel, but as you see, Danny going down the inside here for a move. He's got the wet tyre, which gives him more grip. But Shadow will sit behind. Let's go back on board with Shadow. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, sit back on board with Shadow. And yeah, he'll be content to sit behind Danny, get the slipstream. We know we've seen this play out before at Daytona. So Shadow is coming around the outside here. Can we see another move here? They've provided us with some great entertainment over the races. We've got to be careful here not to overtake under a yellow flag, or that is a penalty. But the rain is really, really throwing it down here in the final moments of the race. But Danny's managing to make use of those wet tyres. He's got better grip than Shadow. But he's got less fuel. Now, is fuel going to come into Danny is very low on fuel, but Shadow has got more fuel. Is this going to come into play? He's got a back marker to negotiate in the shape of Ekberg. So this is going to be the final lap. They are not going to get another lap. Danny has done it, providing he doesn't run out of fuel, as we've seen Clayjacks do on a number of occasions. Danny has timed this to absolute perfection. We see Danny takes a double win. As you see him flashing the lights, coming over the line here for Team Audi. What a win, Danny. Great race. And Shadow takes 2nd place, followed by Marty, Linebus and Drubit in up to 3rd, 4th and 5th. David, 6th place. What a great race for David. Winning the race for the independents. Butler in 7th place. Audio muted in 8th. And I'm going to get cut off in a minute, so I will wait till the results come up. But what a race. I'm sure Butler will be he'll be happy with that. So that's the 7th place. Let's just see where Rest of them finished now. So we've got Hado in 9th, Audio Muted in 8th. So let's just see if Tyler managed to keep his 10th place. He did. So Tyler scores the last score. He's in the last point scoring position. What a fantastic race. Absolutely is. That worked out to absolute perfection. So there's your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Danny C. 13 positions raised. From the back of the grid, managed to take the win and make the strategy work for him. Let me just make sure I get the replay. Because I'm going to need those for photographs. So let me just read through the results for you. So I'm just going to get a quick shot of that. So that's Danny C. There's your winner, ladies and gentlemen. His second race, the feature race, taking another win. What a result for Danny C. He managed to make that strategy work for him perfectly. He was very close on fuel at the end, but Shadow couldn't quite hold on to the lead. He was up against a fast-charging Danny C on the wet tyres against the intermediates. But Marty, third place, he grabs the last podium position. Thank you ever so much, Marty, for stepping in tonight at short notice. Much appreciated. And I'm sure you enjoyed those conditions. We know how much you enjoy the wet weather. And Linebus, what a great result for Linebus. Fourth place, Drew. Fifth place. What an outstanding result again for Drew. This is only his second race here at JCR this season. So he's still getting used to the car, but it doesn't look like that, does it? So we got David Wallbank winning in sixth place, winning the race for the Independents. Butler bringing it home for BMW in seventh place. Audio Muted in eighth for Seat. Let me just get another quick picture of that. And then we've got Hado in ninth place for Team Nissan. Tyler scoring the last point scoring position in 10th for Team BMW. So some good points for BMW tonight. Skins in 11th place. Kivanshi in 12th. We've got Ekberg in 13th. And we had a retirement from Ben due to illness. So 3/4 of the way through the race. So yeah, I don't expect anybody to, especially if they're under the weather. I don't expect anybody to continue. There's nothing worse. I've tried it, and yeah, I'm even slower. But the fastest lap goes to LFC Ben for that race of a 1:19.830, obviously set on the drier tyres. So that is your feature race for this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let me just make sure I've got the replay. Well, what a race. Absolutely fantastic to watch, commentate on, and vote for your overtake of the week. I will be putting those up very shortly. So let me just go on to I'll be putting those up very shortly. Well, I'll be doing those at probably tomorrow evening. Go through those. So if you get your votes in for driver of the for overtake of the week, they'll be posted over on Jimmy Codger Racing on Facebook, which is in the. You'll see it as a pinned message at the top of the chat here. That's the Facebook group. All the clips will be posted in there. I'll be posting them on Instagram. So get your votes in. Either like the clip or type a number 1 in the comments. Who's your favourite clip is? All the votes get put together, and then it's something to give the drivers back because they give us so much entertainment. So it's just something to give them back, and yeah, it's a little something. So head over to there, get your votes in, and don't forget. We're recruiting for drivers. If you've enjoyed what you've watched tonight and feel you'd like to take part in this, and you're a clean, respectful driver, then yeah, head over to Facebook, drop a message in the comments there, join the Facebook group, let the admin team know that you're interested, and they'll get back to you, and hopefully we'll see you on the track at some point. So more the merrier. So what I'm going to quickly do now is I'm So that's going to really mix the grid up for the points, which I will be doing. I've got that coming up. My good friend Adam will be furiously scribbling away now, tapping away on his calculator. I'll get the points done over the course of the weekend and hopefully out by Monday or Tuesday. So without any further jabbering from me, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed what you're watching, and I'm just going to chuck up the calendar so you can get an idea of what's coming up. So the next race now will be round 7, which is the 21st of March. It's on a Saturday. I will release the track probably tomorrow in the Discord, and they will be relieved it won't be a wet race. I think they've had enough water for one night. So I'm just going to quickly catch up with a couple of chats there. We've got Christy Ecker. Great race, guys. Really enjoyed watching. I know who that is. Good evening, Christy. Glad you enjoyed it. And we've got Shadow in the chat. GG's boys. Should have took the wets at the end there. Inters with the wrong choice. Well, yeah, it was a brave choice, Shadow. Carl says I'm not. Oh, he likes poking fun, does Carl. Made for a god awful sprint from myself. That's from Shadow. And then we've got, if I hadn't have spun, that would have been a much better result, says Carl. That's Butler. And we've got Danny coming in with well done all. GG's. Yeah, I think a great race for Danny tonight. Nice Scottish summer weather, says Marty. Oh dear, brilliant. Tyler, hats off to you, Ben, for racing well 6, says Tyler. Oh, that's great. I mean, that's the sort of community we've got here. They'll congratulate each other on the wins, and they've got each other's backs, and it's such a friendly community, and that's another reason. Join this community, and yeah, it's a great group. And got a GG's from David and LFC Ben. Well done, guys. Tried my best. See you all next week. That's all you can ever do, Ben. That's your best. And and that's the same goes to anyone else. All we expect here, you take part, give it your best shot. If it's not good enough on the day, that's it. You've done your best. You can't do any more. So, yeah, the next race is on Saturday, the 21st of March. That'll be the same format again. That'll be sprint race and feature race. But for tonight, ladies and gentlemen, this is Jimmy signing off for round 6 here at High Speed Ring. Look forward to seeing you all next week. Tune in. It's going to be another belter. And this points table now after this race, yeah, it's going to really hot up. So I just want to quickly put this on the screen before I go. This is the Race of Remembrance. I said to Glowing, I'm going to put this up every time on the stream. This is an event held on the island of Anglesey at the track there, and it's in Race of Remembrance, as it says on the tin. This is in aid of the armed forces, all the armed forces, and all the money raised goes to the Mission Motorsport charity, and it's held on the 6th and 8th of November this year. Our good friend Glowing is actually racing in the event for the second time. So head over to the link, the website you see on the screen there. I'm going to be going to watch it, I think. So yeah, if you let me know if you're going to go and watch it, drop me a message. But it's an absolutely fantastic event. It's an endurance race, and there's actually a remembrance service held. Actually, it's either on the start-finish straight or the pits, one of the two, but it's one you'll never forget. So yeah, head over to there, show them support. They've done ever so much for us over the years. It's about it's the least we can do, give them something back. So without any further jabbering from me, that's Jimmy signing off for this week, and catch you next week hopefully for more of the same. Right, until next week, take care. I will enjoy the rest of your weekend, and I will see you soon. Good night.